Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to year 2 of the 5 years, $5 million challenge. We're getting started right away by cutting the grass here. We got our back mower for the very first time. I don't think we're able to change the working style on this. There's no swathing, so we'll definitely be working on upgrading to the other mowing setup that will allow us to do that. But we'll get a good cut here in January. I also think we'll probably start working on another field, but let's get the time going at ×5. We're going to do our best in year 2 here to not adjust the time unless we're skipping, and at that point we'll just use the Sleep Anywhere mod to jump into the future for us. But we're going to get this cut going, and then we need to start working on clearing some land for the goats eventually, as well as the water buffalo. And that's the approach I think we're going to go with on this playthrough, is gets the goats for the goat milk, and then also the water buffalo for the mozzarella cheese eventually, which looks like a huge money maker. So first time doing this field as a double field. You know, we doubled the size of it last year, and I don't remember. I guess I should have watched the last episode if we've cut this yet, but it's definitely the first time we're cutting it with the back mower, because we got that on the last month of the first year. So let's go ahead and bust this out. We'll have to windrow it next. We're gonna have to remember to lime it, but I do hope we have time after liming and baling and wrapping to still be able to make that next field. A little over halfway done with the cutting. I decided to do it all myself. There's no reason to spend extra money on a worker at this point. Whatever we get done this month, we'll get done. We'll just try to get as much as possible. And I think that's the best way to do it. Save a little bit of money, but I do think once we start having them row, we're going to bale right behind them. I think that would be a nice, quick way to do that. They'll probably get a little bit ahead. Actually, I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see if they do end up getting ahead of us or if we stay ahead of them. Jumping in here again because I do want to go into the settings and turn off disaster destruction. I want that to be visuals only. And I think, do we have weather destruction as a separate one? I'm not 100% sure on that. We got one more pass to do, and then we'll be able to switch to the rowing baling portion of January. And there's going to be a lot of grass cutting in this series. I think we are going to diversify. We will get some crops because we'll want to get straw eventually as well. And long term, I do want to have the ability to have slurry and manure to spread, so we don't have to spend money buying fertilizer. I think that's a good plan. And all done with the cutting. Go ahead and raise the front and back here. We'll go ahead and fold both of them as well. Let's go ahead and put these over by the area where the windrower is. I think what we want to do is we'll do the windrower on this. Actually, I should probably double check to make sure both tractors can pull the baler, but what I want to do is have the front loader with me on the baler so that I can move bales out of the way as needed for the windrower, because that might happen. Might end up being an issue. So let's go ahead and get all this configured. We'll get the windrowing started with a worker, as we've mentioned, and then we'll get hooked up to the baler, and I have a feeling we're going to need to spend a little bit of cash on some, potentially, on some swine? Not swine. We're going to spend some cash on the bale wrapping equipment. Twine, that's the word I was looking for, not swine. We might spend some money on some twine, but they should be getting going there on the headland to begin with, and then we will, like I said, get the baler going. Should be a good process. Oh yeah, the super affordable claws baler. So we do have a little bit of the netting left here. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll get that enabled and try not to drive like a maniac, but we should have automatic drop enabled. We'll do that now. And yeah, we'll see if we catch up to them. It'll be interesting with the way they're gonna have to turn around and adjust. We might catch up. I might have to give them a little bit more of a head start, but all should be good. Moving these bales now because I want to make sure they're out of the way for the windrower. So I think I'll just plop them here. So they're definitely gonna get a pretty good head start on us. There should be 2 more that we're gonna have to grab out of the way, and then we can get back to following the windrower. And we'll do this on the other side of the field as well once we get to it. But then that should absolutely allow the windrower to not run into any issues. Might as well pick up that grass while we're here too. And I think our next purchase, upgrade-wise, is potentially going to be the John Deere wrapper or baler that has the wrapper attached to it. I think that's what we might want to go towards. And we got a straight line here. Let's go ahead and hop in here real quick. Round balers, it is $112,000. So if that shows up on the used market before we get $112,000, we'll absolutely grab it. We can sell the baler and the wrapper, the bale wrapper that we have over there to help fund that. Okay, we are out of our netting. Let's go ahead and stop right there. I want to make sure it gets me. And was there a way to just kind of refill it and buy? So standard, film binding. Okay, let's just go with standard. 200 bucks, that's not bad at all, doing it that way. Okay, I'm glad that's a feature. Starting to think this is going to take the entire day, so the new plan might be to prep the new field in February while we're waiting for this to grow back. That seems to be the best course of action. We're at 30 bales already, 31 to be exact. I reset it after we did the first one. So good progress so far. We got all the headlands done except for the end row behind me. We'll do that at the end. They got far enough ahead for me to just jump on the ups and downs with them. I thought that would be the best course of action here. And I think I said that twice in the same segment there. So yeah, silly Chris. Jumping back in here, we have 52 bales so far. And I think I understand why the course was generated the way it was. I know last episode I was complaining about that a little bit. But you can see the direction we're headed right now. The field is a lot wider than it is behind me. And I think the course was compensating for that because when we get to the end, it seems to be pretty straight shots and they slowly, I don't know if it makes any sense. It doesn't make sense what I'm trying to say. Let's look at this view. Oh, I don't get a preview. I'm going to stop. I do want to try to explain this here. Let's stop that. Oh no, that was a mistake. But you can see the bend is a little shorter, or the line that it goes is a little shorter when we get to the end. And that seems to be what is really helping it out. They are done with the windrowing. It is almost 1 o'clock already. I think it's going to be dark close to when we get done wrapping these. So we're definitely going to have to look into a more efficient way of doing this. And there's been a few mods that have come out since I recorded the last one that we'll take a look at after we're done baling to kind of help us make some decisions. I did talk about getting the John Deere baler wrapper combo, but we still have to pick up all the bales. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to limit the amount of jobs that we're gonna do. Yeah, let me get these last 6 rows baled up and we'll look at a few things. We're at 75 bales already. We have more than we had last time. It's gonna be a huge payday. So we're getting ready to start the last pass here, and you can see we're finishing our 97th bale already. Remember, the counter's off by 1. That'll be 96 there. If we get 3 more, we're sitting at 100 bales. This is insanity. I'm impressed. And looking at the finance screen, we brought in $92,000 selling bales last time. So I think that was November. So February, I think we're gonna really beat that number by a lot. And the gas is blinking. We'll get that taken care of soon. But I don't know if I want to spend money on fuel yet. We can use the other tractor while we don't have fuel in this one. And I always say gas because it is a gas gauge. Is it a diesel gauge? I guess it's a diesel gauge. But there we go. That is number 101. And we'll get this partial bale here. All these stuff on the outskirts, I'm not really going to worry about baling. We got enough bales to keep us happy. Actually, we'll just leave what's in here for next time. I'm going to go ahead and save the game right now because we might do a little bit of adding money. I figured I was going to do this either off camera, but since we're going to do it on camera, I'll just show you my process. So it is saved. We won't save it after doing this, but let's look at the factories here. And I did add a few things. So for $50,000, we have a mixer fermenter, or $30,000, we have one that would be a mixer fermenter. We could fund this. But what I want to do is we're going to hop in here, and before we make that decision, if I can remember my buttons, I'm going to add some money so we can see the specifics of this production. So we'll go right here. We're going to place down the 30,000 variety and the 50,000, And we'll hop in the menu now, and hopefully it doesn't save. I can fix it if it does. But fermenter here, we can see we're going to be doing 1,000 times 240. So that's 240 liters, but it only holds 50,000 liters. So they didn't really think through that, I don't believe. This one takes in hay, silage, and straw and makes total mix ration. Okay. So only being able to hold 50,000 liters, I don't think that's the right approach for us. Let's reload the game. So I'm gonna spend a good amount of time here driving around this field, wrapping a bunch of bales. I won't bore you with a time lapse or anything of that. We're gonna have to buy some wrap, maybe twice. It's gonna be a day. Now thinking about it, if this was a challenge where I was able to use mods that are from third-party sites, which we've put that stipulation on, it has to be in Mod Hub, I would totally just modify that and make it work because it should hold more, or it should have an ability to have an extension. So not a shot at the modder. I think it was an oversight potentially of being excited about getting the mod done, or a limitation they wanted on it. I mean, the modders get to make their own decisions. It's just not gonna work for our use case. It could burn through 50,000 liters pretty quickly. So I think, you'd want to have something feeding it, but I don't know if we want to do it that way. So I don't know. The tough part about doing a whole year of these videos without you guys seeing it is I make a lot of decisions without any feedback from you guys, but it is what it is. Let's keep rolling. And if I haven't mentioned it and I did again, I apologize, but this is 100 bales, 101 I think it was, and we haven't limed it yet. They are little bales, but man, this is a profitable field. Crazy process. I wish it made this much in real life. I would be doing this if it did. I think we do. I forgot. I think we do have the solution. It's right here. It's the quick bale, and we'll go with that. So 111, about $112,000 is what we're gonna need, and I think that'll do the trick. So no more stress for me. I think this will be the last time we have to do this crazy approach, and we should be able to fund that quick bale pretty easily. What's the horsepower requirement on that bad boy? 150. We got that covered. I wanted to kind of jump in here and address a few comments I got. Some people were saying there was some gameplay mods that they're not available on console, and it's hard for me to go back and forth. In Mod Hub, I'd have to go to the website to go see if it's available on console, and I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. I know common sense wise, some of the scripting ones like the Sleep Anywhere, I think is probably the one that someone is mentioning that we're using. Yeah, and I do apologize if that's the case, but we are going to stick to, if it's on Mod Hub, we're allowed to use it. You can see the money is a little different right now because I did trade in or swapped out the bale trailer for the autoload version of that's available on Mod Hub. It's not the universal autoload that I use in the Riverbed Spring series, since that one, it's not on Mod Hub yet. So that's what we're going with. You can see we're making some progress. We got a lot of bales still to wrap, and just I'm not picking up these bales, guys. And if that causes you to think that we are cheating or lost the series, all I really have to say for that is this isn't a channel for you, and I play the way I enjoy playing, and I feel like I make better content that way. So rant over. Reload, spend money. $800. Craziness, the amount of wrap we're going through. It's gotta be a huge financial boost though, right? Gotta be. And then there was three more bales to wrap. Then we'll go get that trailer. We'll get these all picked up, and probably in the dark we'll be putting down that lime. This is gonna be like $130,000 field prior to liming it, so it will be very interesting to see how many bales we can get next time. But we'll absolutely be buying the quick bale. In February, we'll definitely be making that new field, but we're gonna need the money from this field to fund the quick bale. And we do have a little bit of income still coming in at the sawmill. We're gonna go check on that in a little bit as well. See if it's worth selling now, or if we're just gonna let that pile up a little bit. We don't really need the money. There's nothing really pressing to buy right now, at least in January. As long as we have enough lime. We're down to $11,600 because we had to buy more wrap, but all is good. We're about to make a lot of money. We'll be able to sell this wrapper and the baler Not a ton of money to come back from that, but every little bit will help. And I'm actually going to go ahead and kind of prep for that. I'm not going to sell this until we absolutely know that we are done with it, but I am going to put it by the store to sell it. I am going to top off this tractor while I'm here. I should have brought the other one, but that's all right. See how much this is going to cost us for about a half a tank of diesel on the 4755. $313, not terrible. And as we get closer to the 5th year, we will probably start only buying fuel as we need it, not completely fill up like that. But right now, we know we're gonna burn through it, so we might as well buy it. Unloading assistance is off. Okay, so I did use this one a little bit. We'll try this out. Loading side left, so we need to be on the left side. Operating position, or do we want transport? I always forget on that part. But let's see what happens. We drive to the left of this. Nothing. Push B, perfect. Okay, so I'm not sure how many this will hold. But this one, we should be able to just cruise around. Universal auto loading, we have to stop on, unless that's changed since I've last downloaded it. But this is definitely a lifesaver, and like I said, this is the way I play. If you're not a fan of it, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So it looks like 28's what it's gonna hold, which isn't bad. So it will be 4 loads of this that we have to pick up out here. And we still got a lime. Hopefully we have a little bit of daylight left, but we're not gonna slow down the time for that. It is what it is. We have to deal with it. 26 is what we're holding. Okay, not bad. All right, let's open this up. We want to find a good spot for all of these. Unload bales is Y. All right, let's go right here to get started. Unload bales. Like that, and hit Y. Okay, we got it. And the daylight, it's almost gone. So 23 on the last load here. We'll just leave that in the trailer for now, and I guess it could go right there. But we're gonna grab the spreader now. I think we have fertilizer in it, so we'll have to get that unloaded. And we're gonna get the lime down. So this $100,000+ field per cut, gosh, I guess it's going to get a decent boost. I think, is it 15? I can't remember if it's 10 or 15%, because that would tell us right away how much more we're going to get. So if it's only $13,000 more, that doesn't seem worth it to lime. Interesting. Love to see if anybody's done that test. Okay, just under 12,000 liters in here, because we did burn a little bit testing it last time to see if it would apply the lime. It definitely will this time. It's the same month we cut the grass. So let's go ahead and get the course all enabled here. Looks pretty good. Lock that in, get going. But it looks like we locked into an up and down instead of the end row. There we go, we're fixed now. So we'll get this as good as we can in the dark here. Looking at the screen, yeah, I see a little bit that we missed. We could try to grab that at the end. It's gonna be so unconsequential. I can't, that's hard for me to say. I'm not even gonna try again. All right, we're running out. We're gonna run out here. We're gonna have to buy more. And I'm thinking through the math I was just talking about and forgetting that we get to cut grass. I guess we could do it 6 times a year, knowing that the second growth phase doesn't actually do anything unless that's changed. I don't think there's been a patch since I've been gone. I'll double check that. I'm sure I'll get comments if I do mess up, or we'll definitely notice the first time that we see less yield, but I think we're gonna get 12 cuts with just 1 time of liming if we only have to lime every 2 years. So yeah, this is definitely worth it. And we're heading in. I know I have 200 liters, but I didn't want to turn around. I figured we'd just start, at a fresh pass when we get back there. You see what we've got left, not a ton. That stupid area that the hail damaged is still in there. So just buying what I think we need. I'm gonna go with 4 bags. 8,000 should do the trick. 8,200 liters of lime to finish the job. And right now I'm gonna be very thankful that the line assist will show grayed out when it's already done, once we get close enough. So that one's done. All right, there's the one we need to go to. So we'll just turn around to get a good shot at it. We don't want to be lined up too crooked when we lock in. That'll do it, and then enable. And I think we only have 2 or 3 passes left to do, and we'll be done. with January. We will check on the sawmill though before we sleep. And doing the last pass, just this skinny stretch here. And why is the, okay, it didn't update. Oh, I almost lost my mind, guys. It's updating now. That was, let's get it done. And we're done with 3,000 liters to spare. Let's fold it up. Let's head over to the sawmill, see what's going on there. All right, so over here, we're gonna have some planks soon. We're gonna have a plank long, and we already have what looks like a wood beam and planks out here. So a good amount of money. We'll probably wait till we get, yeah, all those goods next month before we sell them, but it's finally time to sleep. And let's look at the deals that popped up overnight. Oh, that would be nice if we had the funding, but we don't. We do not. So over here, yeah, we have what we thought. Planks will be coming soon. We might sell all that later. I think we have everything we need. All right, so let's use this tractor. And it was started. We ran it overnight. Oh, joy. But we're looking here. It should be in a growing state. And yield bonus is 72% because we do need to get some fertilizer put down. So let's go ahead and start with everything we need to do for this field first. Oh, is 1,000 gonna be enough? I have no idea. So we just murdered our windrower. Let's go to the end of the field. And I'm gonna detach and reattach because I think that's how we want to make sure it has the right width. Oh, let's just check here. 30 meters, it did do it already. Okay, I'm glad I noticed that because I almost forgot about the fertilizing, guys. To be completely honest. Let's go ahead and get that going now. Nice width. It's not dropping too fast, and it's only a handful of passes. I wish we could still, oh, we can still see it. So after we do the headlands, it'll just be 3 rows. It'll be close. Gosh, this is one of those situations where you don't want to spend money, but you're gonna have to. We needed it to be exactly 150 left, or at least 150 to be able to do this in one pass. And as we finish here, now I see that spot is done. We only have 114, so we definitely need more. We're gonna go buy a little bit more. I was debating only using what we had, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. So let's hop in here while we're driving. Consumables, solid fertilizer, it's only 1,000 liters, but that'll be enough to get us by for now. And finishing up the pass here, we have already used more than we would have had. So I think it was the right decision to make. I'm gonna start making the next field, and I guess there's less cleared than I thought there was, but we are gonna do another field. I'm not gonna cut the grass though. It looks so inconsistent, and I just kind of think that the time spent in February here to create the field and plant the field is going to pay off a lot more than it would if we were to cut it, rake it, bale it, wrap it. All of that time spent, I don't think we would get it planted until probably late March. But then in March, we'll want to focus on this field, on doing all of those things. So I just think the time is just more well spent turning it into a grass field. And then when we have the quick baler and all those other things to help us, things will be a little bit different. We'll be able to do more than one field a month. So let's go ahead. We're going to start kind of breaking the mold of what we're doing. But I do want to keep our boundary about right here. And let's line up right about here. And I'm going to try to get the tractor pointed at 0 as much as we can. That should be good. Let's go ahead and lower, allow field, and drive straight here. And by breaking the mold, instead of just doing a square, I am going to turn to the right once we get past the field. But this won't long-term be a grass field. I think I'll turn this into a grain field, so that we'll be able to get some straw from it. But I am going to kind of encroach on some of the land that I thought was going to be the cattle's or the water buffalo. But I think it'll still be okay because we can take away from the field if we need to. But I am going to be a little careful. And then we'll go about right here and kind of work our way up to the tree line. And then we're going to work pretty much all the way to, I think we're going to go all the way to the boundary. But let's also curve back this way because there is a good amount of field or a good amount of land over here that doesn't have trees in it already. I'll probably regret this later, but that's what we're doing. And now let's go ahead and turn back here and just kind of cruise at 180 degrees if possible. And that should keep us pretty well on the boundary. I went ahead and lifted there because I couldn't really see where the boundary was over here or where we wanted it to end. So I didn't want to go too far. So we're going to go ahead and head up over here and just kind of go straight on, what will that be, 270? Yeah, about 270 is what we're going to want to do. So we'll lower there. And yeah, we're not going at 270, Chris. All right, there we go. That's a little bit closer, but that should do. And when I see the other part of the field, I'll probably just round it because I don't like square fields. So it is a weird shape. It almost looks like a one of the aliens or what they are, whatever they are from Among Us. Or maybe that's just me. Didn't do that intentionally. But I do want to check and see if we can trick this thing. Let's see. Last time I did this, it did let me set up a course, but it's not going to. Okay, that we must have got like super lucky with that being weird. I think I will just kind of head back this way and do this again. This field's gonna be big. It's gonna take a little bit. We'll see if we even get to seeding this today. We'll want to put lime down and fertilizer. Oh man, what did I just do? It's quite the field. I think this is the 4th headland. This should be enough to allow us to be able to turn around. I don't like lifting. Turn around without lifting and still have a create field on and not ruin what we got here. It's like a bunny or something. The shape's coming in even more now. Man, I can't wait to get bigger equipment. I said I don't like to lift, but I've been lifting like crazy here. It seems to be the better way to do it. Imagine that. So we got the nose, I guess, of the rabbit cultivated here. It's starting to do the ups and downs and getting dangerously close to getting done with this field. I think once this blends into one, we're gonna have to come back. Let's just do that now. So we don't have to turn around. But yeah, making good progress here. Thinking I need to get it limed and all of that, and thinking about the money we need to spend. I'm hoping we're able to get this planted in February. We'll see. Oh, it's been a grind, but here's the last pass. We will have to buy some lime, get that put down next. But I think we'll definitely be able to get this planted in February. We're a little early. I was a little worried about that originally, but I think we're good now. Let's go ahead and lift and make sure fields are disabled now. Pretty good second field. Yeah. Let's get to that next phase. Bring in the John Deere. I forget the model on this one. Which one is this? The 3650 over here to get some fuel. We're gonna buy some lime as well. We have 3,000 liters left over from the last session. So let's go ahead and jump in here to consumables and lime. Let's do 4 bags just to be safe here. That's only 4,000. Let's do one more. Gets money after the fuel and everything. We're down to 5,000 bucks. But we're about to bring in a good amount of money, and I'm hoping it's still enough to do what we want to with the new setup with the new baler. But I think it'll be fine because we still have some goods from the sawmill to sell. So I'll get this all filled up. We'll get back to the field and get the lime put down. Oh, these are 2,000. It's the fertilizer that's only 1,000. So we overbought, but that's okay. We'll go through it eventually. Yeah, this set up a decent little course for us. Let's get locked in. Start laying down the lime. It's gonna struggle with this tractor, isn't it? A little. No, it's getting up to speed. It'll be okay. So let's see. I'm hoping this is enough lime and we don't have to buy more, but this will be a good start to this field. We didn't get this start with the field to the left. We'll be able to cut that in March, I believe, and get even more money. All those bales over there we're about to cash in a few. It's 1,300 already, so at some point, I think, gosh, I gotta get a worker helping me out here. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll get all of this done. But we'll get the headland done here. I think I'll do the lime. And then maybe have a worker do the fertilizer while I start seeding. Might be the best course of action. But let's bust this lime out. Did we at least get a 50% fertilization? We did on a decent amount. Okay, so worst case, if we only get 1 application of fertilizer down, that won't be the end of the day. That won't be the end of the world. I know my sayings. It's looking like we bought the right amount of lime. We just have the little nose part up here to do. 1,300 left. I think we can handle that. Let's see if we can find the guideline. There it is, lock into place. Just a quick splash here and turn around another tiny little spot. Yeah, we'll have plenty left over. This is good. I was worried about the money for the fertilizer. And there we go. The last little bit going down with just under 600 or 900 left. All right, let's get that all folded up. You know, as long as we look out for stumps, this back route is a nice shortcut over here. Though we'll need to reconfigure this, and I know you can detach it and reattach it, but we could also just switch it to 30, because we do know it is 30 meters. Let's go ahead and unfold. This'll be interesting here. It should be a couple passes, really, just to make this real simple. Let's go ahead and jump in here, and we will just kind of hold this down so we get to 30 and apply that. Oh, that did it a little weird. Let's try it. We'll disconnect. We disconnected it, shut off the course, and then we'll recreate the course. We'll go here, okay, and back up, H, activate. That did it better, okay. Interesting. So even setting it manually still doesn't do it correct. Kind of good to know. But let's go ahead and double check that this is doing something. It is, okay. It was confusing me last time, but it is going to do the first application. We'll have a sprinkle of second application through here. And then over here, we'll get the second. So next time, I mean, it's debatable whether it makes sense to financially do the second application of fertilizer this time around. We will see how I feel about that, because that'll be March when we need to do that. If we have time, I guess we'd prioritize the work on this field, but we could have a worker take care of this for us. So yeah, that's probably what we'll do. Probably are noticing this is a shorter episode. I did decide to do individual episodes on this as well. It just fits my schedule better. I was trying to cram in too much, and lessons learned, content creation, calendars, and timings, man, it's tough. It's tough to know what the right thing to do is all the time. And I think 900 liters would have been enough. Maybe, maybe not. But we definitely overbought, but it's all good. So yeah, a good amount of this is going to have that second application. It's tempting to skip it in March. But like I said, we could have a worker just do it like it's not even going on, right? But we'll get this done, put away, and get that seeder going. Gosh, it's February. Are we going to run out of daylight and finish this at night as well? And I still want to sell the silage in February, so we got a lot to do. Man, I think I'm going to say a guarantee right now. We will end year 2 with a farmyard, at least an area that's paved. Maybe one shed we could try. All right, let's see. Well, we have plenty of seed. Yeah, that's right. Grass goes a long ways. Grass seed does. But this tiny little cedar. Oh boy. How many headlands is it going to want us to do by default? Let's see. 4? That's not bad. It's not terrible. So let's go ahead and get lined up on one of them. And oh, you guys are terrible at reminding me. We do ups and downs first on this channel. We'll do the headlands last if we need to. So let's cruise over here. We'll find the first up and down. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's kind of interesting, but I think we will do them last. I just want to get in that habit and create the muscle memory, man. So I could kind of fake it this way, right? So it's already on. Go ahead and cruise forward, lock in. Yeah, not too bad. And we can do the headlands last, but gosh, when will I remember that? Now with these textures not being consistent, my eyes are having a hard time seeing if we planted there. So let's go ahead and we'll stop. I just wanted to get the little nose area done here first. And let's take a look. Losing some time. So just the edge over here looks like the only thing that we missed. We'll go ahead and lower it. Just sneak through. I guess the texture is going to change for us now. So we can just go over it again in this small section that I think just a little bit of this didn't get planted. Yeah, that should be good now. Take another peek. Yeah, that's good enough for me. And we're getting closer to getting to the long ups and downs, and that's when this will really start flying. Yeah, this will be much better. Just double checking that we're getting everything. All right, so let the long grind begin. Well, nighttime is here. We're a little more than halfway done. Things are going good. I think we'll get this. I definitely think we'll get this done before midnight hits. It's once you get to these ups and downs, these long ups and downs, it goes a lot faster, even though it doesn't feel like it. Before you know it, you're halfway done. You're 3/4 done. Looks like we have plenty of capacity of seed. Man, I'm glad I don't have to plant these fields again. And so we have better equipment if we're doing crops. But this grass is gonna pay so well. 5 million, we got this. Well, 33 liters of grass seed left here, and we're just about done. You can see it did finally update there. Just this final pass. I feel like this field might be bigger. It's not, but I don't understand why we use so much more seed. Interesting, but let's go ahead and deactivate that so we can finish this pass. You can barely see it, but it's all complete. It's time to put this equipment away and go sell a bunch of silage. Well, $128,000. Let's take a look at that. Under finances, we can see we got $127,000 worth of bales sold today. Let's go ahead and get these two pieces of equipment sold back to the dealership. 24,000 there, and repair this one, and 27,000 there. So we're at 180. Let's hop back into the store though, and we will go to our round balers and the quick bale. It's ours with $68,000 left over. Quite a way to end February here. Late at night, we'll get back to cutting grass in March, and we'll have to check on the sawmill because we've been neglecting that, but we got more money coming in. We're tracking the right direction, guys. We're pulling some trees. We have to replenish the sawmill. We've been neglecting it a little bit before we get to our grass cutting session of today, which I'm hoping we mix it up soon. We're gonna sell some of the goods that are at the sawmill. We'll go take a look at what all we have, get them loaded on the trailer. You can see we're stuck. You can see that the other John Deere is already set up there with the trailer. So once we get this going, we'll use this tractor to move those pallets around so we can go get a little bit more cash. I want to see how close we are to acquiring those sheep. Let's see how that did. 4,500. That didn't do much. And right over here we have a wood beam, 2 planks to spawn, and a planks long. Pretty good day. Let's try our luck and see if there's any chance the plank spawns when I move this plank. Figured I'd just keep the winch on here for a rear weight. All right, no luck. No luck. Must be the big guy wants to spawn next. So we'll get these stacked and get going. And just getting the planks put on here. They made a liar out of me. It did spawn after I walked away or drove away. I guess I wasn't walking, was I? All right, that's a good load there. Let's just get these strapped in and we'll see where they're good to sell at. Wood beams are best at the farmer's market today. Let's head that way. And typically when one's good at the one place, they're all good there. All right, here we go. Another $24,000. So we're sitting at 93. I don't remember how much that pen is. Let's go home. Let's go home, get a worker going on mowing the grass, and then we'll take a look at that pen. Let's go ahead and get this configured on a worker. Yeah, that should do it. Good luck. All right, we want to come over here because this is the area I want the goats to go. I think I said sheep a minute ago. It's goats. So let's hop in the sky now and take a look at our sheep enclosures. We have a pasture. So it doesn't show the output. I think this one does give us milk. The problem I saw with it was the feed capacity. We would have to feed them often, even if we made a huge bit of fencing here. 51,000, I didn't look at that, but I think that's what we want to go with. So I'm going to place this down. We're going to say we do not want to customize it. Do we want to plant the meadow? No. And then we're going to delete it instantly because I wanted to get that footprint here. And we're going to go ahead and flatten this out. I think what we're going to actually do is just time lapse this. I think that's not too bad. We're stuck on that. We're gonna have to magically get the trailer out of there, but a pretty decent shape. Let's actually jump in the sky real quick and take a look at that. Could have gone a little bit bigger, but I think this is wise of a start for us. I love it. Wish there's a little more trees in there, but that's all right. So coming over here, it shows 4,500 also, and I think I knew that because I think this is the one we have on Riverbend Springs. So yeah, the mod one that I used on Riverbend Springs, I believe that one's not on Mod Hub. So we're just gonna have to stack up a bunch of grass right here. I think that's the only thing we can do. We're not gonna buy sheep, or we're not gonna buy the goats yet. We used a lot of our money on that. We have 9,000 left. And some more decorating. I'm gonna install probably the free terraform and landscaping. I'm doing it for the videos and not necessarily for the challenge, so I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I'm gonna pick this up right now just so we have it. But I did want to go take a look at the new grass field and see how it's coming in. Man, coming in nice. 50% fertilized. We'll want to take care of that today. But I think my main priority is gonna be making money. But you know what? It'll give them a decent start. Let's do that first. Let's do the fertilizer. And finishing up here, this last pass does need a little bit on the end. Just trying to get a good view of that before we waste material. And I think about right here, we'll go ahead and turn it on. Double check that we got everything. One more annoying menu pop up. I think that will do it. That feels good. That's gonna be a field that we'll cut for the first time with a highest yield that we're gonna get on it. We're not gonna do the mulching or rolling on this field. I think is it just rolling it would need? Yeah, just 5%'s missing. So I think it is those two. You'd mulch it. I don't know how that bonus would actually work on grass, but they're getting going on the ups and downs now of the first field. And boy, I wish I would have caught them before that. I might still do. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the windbrower so that the second I get done mowing, I can switch to baling. Now let's see if I can get it to start this direction on the headland. Now I'm gonna adjust this. Why won't it let me do it to 1? That is so annoying on the AI worker. 2's just gonna, we'll just do it. We'll just do it. And since we're gonna take this over, it should allow us to stay out of their way and make sure we stay ahead as well. Let's get this going. I guess next time we do more than one headland with the mower too. So the next phases, I'm starting to think of the next steps of what we want to purchase, and I'm thinking we'll definitely buy the goats, and they'll start developing or producing the goat milk, which is kind of somewhat a problem because on this map there's no sell point for goat's milk. We're gonna have to get the production and turn it into bottled goat's milk to be able to sell it. Now I don't know if I want to do the small production first or if it would make sense to just wait until we have enough money for the big one. If we're farther ahead, I'd jump in the sky and take a peek at that price, but let's do it anyways. Oh, they're still going. This is amazing. Okay, productions, we can find the bakery here. If I knew what these things looked like, this would be way easier. Oh, the dairy. The dairy is what we want anyways. It's $210. Okay, so now we know 210 is the goal, and gosh, if we're wise with our money, we don't need to buy anything other than fertilizer for a little bit. And I think we have plenty of fertilizer. Maybe wrap and bale wrap and netting are the two things that we really need to purchase. So I think we're just going to start saving up for that 210 after we buy the goats. Not sure how many goats we'll get to start with, but I think that's a wise idea. And I think if we get through March and April, and if we're able to cut the other, I mean, it's possible. You know, we know we got about 130 from this. Let's double check to remind ourselves on that. 127 from the last time we cut it, and that was before it was limed. So this could be a lot more money. I think we did the math on that. It's going to be like 13,000 more or something. So push us close to 140. And then the other field after April. So in May, when we do the selling from cutting the one in April, we're looking towards the middle to end of May when we could possibly have goats producing bottled milk. That's what I meant to say. We'll have goats really soon, but we could have goats and the production. That's really gonna be the only production we need, because that's the same one that can do the mozzarella cheese from the water buffalo. So whether we scale that, which we'll find out when we start using it, how it's producing, if we think we need more than one, but those are the plans. It's looking up and up for that 5 million all of a sudden. Wasn't sure during year one, but once we got this first big field done, and I think that's the key, is making this field as big as it is. And it's a lot of work though. A lot of time goes into these videos. Thanks for watching them. Let's get this cutting done. All complete with cutting the grass. Get everything all folded up. Gosh, we need a pressure washer in this series. Need a pressure washer. So what's next? Let's go get the quick bale and see if we can catch up to the windrower. I think this is the wrong tractor though. 9 bale wrap rolls. Okay, not bad. So the quick bale. Let's see. We want, it's gonna go slow, isn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and stop, because how good the yield is, that's why it's going to go slow. I want turn bale wrapper off. Control Alt. Okay, so we're going to do about 10 bales of grass to get the goats going, and then I'm going to find out that goats only eat hay. I have no idea. I've never done goats. So it's overloading it now, so we're going to cruise about 6 miles an hour. We're not going to have to stop though. And it did work. It worked perfect. All right, going good. So bale counter is good. That's only 2. That is only 2. So 2 bales so far. I think I'm gonna do maybe 10, and then we'll enable wrapping again. So we're not gonna know how much better the profit is on this field because of making these grass bales, but I think it's more than worth it. All right, we did 12. We're gonna let them pass, and we're going to get that back enabled. So the next one, it should start wrapping. Yeah, stop for just a second, please. Didn't realize you were doing a whole loop-de-loop. No wonder it's taking you so long to do this field. And why are you switching to the middle? Oh, what does that GPS do? Like, what is that? They just did that little section. Oh man, I try not to complain lately. I'm trying to do better. But they just make it so hard to not complain. Why? Why would you? Anyways, let's get back to bailing. And they said that in what world did you complete your task? That's a new one, guys. They just, Can't imagine why I'm frustrated playing this game a little bit, huh? I don't know if we'll be able to fix this. I'm gonna try. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of this myself. Set it up the same way with 2 headlands, and now let's stop and let's try to switch it over to a regular fancy pants worker. They're gonna back up and reline up. Oh, no. That was my bad. All right, let's line up right here again. Hold down H again. Work headland off. All right, they are pulling forward to line up right there. Okay, hopefully they don't turn left. Deja vu. Just had the same problem earlier on a recording. Wow. And there's how are they even? I don't know anymore. We're gonna make one more attempt for this. So they never even did the second headland over here? Wow. Okay. I hope that works. I promised myself I was gonna be more positive and I wasn't gonna put all this crap in the videos for you guys, but I gotta leave it in there. During the editing process, I think I figured out what was going on with these crazy AI workers. I believe they're only windrowing the areas that I cut already when I started or set up the course. That's the only explanation I could see for that. It seems very strange. It's unfortunate that that's the way that the AI driving, the steering assist works with the AI workers. Let me know if I'm right. And all finished with the windrowing. I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Oh, there's none close. We'll go this way. We're gonna grab a bale or 2. We're gonna get some goats. We might need the winch for the back weight here. Here's 7,000 liters, so that'll be more than enough to get us started. We'll get the other, I think it's 10 more over here eventually. Just gives us a nice break from bailing. Oh yeah, need that back weight. That should do it. Oh, held on to that one. There we go. There we go. Over here. Yes, there it is. All right, so let's go down to goats. Oh, we can hold 86. That's $71,000. Good to know. What can we afford? I'm gonna keep $1,000. Can we do an even 10? Let's do an even 10. We can sell stuff if we need to. We have goats. Where are they? I haven't seen them yet. This is new to me. They look pretty awesome. Ophelia's mad about something. This isn't Ophelia. Ophelia's upstairs barking. So we don't have pasture yet. I think that will come in tomorrow, or meadow, I guess it's called. Yeah, make that milk. Get that production up. Yeah, we'll pick the rest of those up after we're done bailing. Still got, what is that, 5 rows to go? Now, I'm confused. We're gonna look at the bale counter, 96. Shut that off for a second. I feel lied to or just really confused because we're gonna get less bales most likely than we got last time, even though we limed. Now, maybe I'm misunderstanding what people were saying when they're saying the second growth phase doesn't make a difference. Maybe it's because we can cut every 6 months and get the same amount of grass in a total year. If we just cut every 2 months instead of every 3 months, So I'm just, look how organized I'm getting, guys. But I'm just very confused on all of the chatter. I expected this to be at least 110 bales, but it's not gonna. So just cleaning up the weirdness that was left behind by our worker. Why is this thing stuck? Strange things happening tonight. Wow. Okay. But yeah, there's no way that this is gonna be, I don't even think we're gonna get 102 bales like we got last time. Just strange. But it is a lot earlier. Maybe it's the baler is getting a little bit of different result than the Claus baler was getting. Maybe that's it. We can chalk it up to that potentially. Because the last cut we did was a 3-month, the second growth stage of grass being ready to harvest. Yeah, guys. I'm perplexed. But it is a lot earlier. It's 13:30 instead of dark out, and we're going to be pretty close to being done baling. That extra step that we don't have to do with wrapping. Feeling good. We can just get rid of the windrowing step next. All right, we will leave this here for now. Jump on in the other one and go hope this is 20 bales on this pass. And we do have 20 bucks because I had to buy some netting. So if we're going to have workers help us in April, we're gonna need some cash. Or liming had no effect, I guess. That's the only other conclusion I could come to, because there's 2 bales missing. That was 100 right there. It'll click over. There's not 2 bales worth of grass out here that I've missed. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. It's April. We have negative $207. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna come over here, hold down H. We'll have them start on the headlands, and one's fine with me. Oh, we don't have enough money for that. Okay, so we got to get money first. I knew that. I had it all planned. That way, let's get these loaded up, and we'll go get some money. And the prices are their best at the warehouse today, so we'll cruise on over here and get another maybe 20,000, 18,000. So let's go ahead right now, be efficient with time. Let's go ahead and hit H now. They'll be able to start on the headlands. And we're gonna head home. We need to get the bales out of the way so we can get fertilizer down on the field that we just cut. And then around, I think it's 13, maybe 1,400, we should be able to sell that silage today. And, you know, have $100-some thousand. Man, with the bales all taken care of, I'm just kind of reflecting. These are the biggest fields I've ever started with. And I guess you could probably say that the plots of land are a little forgiving for this type of series. I mean, they're completely forgiving, if we're being honest. Just got to get fertilizer down, and then we can get to windrowing. We'll probably take over the mowing like we did last time. That was pretty wise, got done pretty quickly. But they're doing pretty good there. They're almost to the quick part of the ups and downs. So hopefully the worker can handle the windrow a little better. And we were gonna do, we'll see if it'll let us do one headland there, but maybe we'll just have them do the ups and downs first and then the end rows last. Maybe that'll be better. We'll figure it out. All done with the fertilizer. Let's go see what's going on with the mowing. We'll get the windrowing going. Wow, that rhymed. I didn't even write that script. Okay, got them started on the ups and downs. I feel confident about that. They'll do the headlands at the end. And let's go ahead and swap out so we can do the mowing here. And lower everything. Gauge everything. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Very, very tedious series. Thank you for watching. Okay, this field, it's smaller. It feels a lot smaller cutting it. Windrowing's going good. We'll get the baling done. We'll get it all set, but I'm definitely feeling a little less confident about getting that production as quick as we were thinking, especially after not having a much of an increase on bales over there. All right, get the baler. Moving quick. Looks like we'll have an expense for some wrap, probably netting potentially as well. But I do like this starting on the ups and downs with this approach. It should give us a better chance of the bales not being in the way. Yeah, and I think once they get to the headlands, we should be pretty good. I am going to stop here and have this one. Oh, you know what? Let's Let's just put it in the field in front of us. Let's see if we can pull this off. Stop right here. Nice. Keep it out of the way. See if we can catch up to the windrower. I don't think we will. Interested. It won't let me buy it. Okay. Guess we're going to the store. I need that with me. All right. Hopefully this works. Yeah, it's working good. We'll have to leave the rest here now since we don't have the forks with us. We can come get those later. Let's get some fuel while we're here. It's a pretty penny. 370 bucks. Let's go ahead and see what repairs are like right now. Things are looking a little rough there. 4,000 bucks, and over here $54. Might as well. All right, let's go finish the wrapping. That should definitely give the windrower plenty of time. We weren't going to catch him anyways. We never checked on the goats this morning. Man, we got 165 liters of goat milk. Let's use this to hop over the fence. And our meadow is in 26,000 liters. Oh, wow. They're at 100% health. Hopefully they eat the meadow first. They're not going to eat grass for a while. 20% to reproduction. Awesome. See the progress right there. That looks so good. Should have put a little more trees in it. And now that we're done with that, we can get back to baling. It looks like they are on the headlands. Very nice. So we won't have to worry about putting any bales in their way. Well, I can't believe this. They think they've completed their task. Look to the right. I don't understand why they're only doing half of their job. So proud of them for a moment. Thought they were coming back. All right, hopefully that helps get a little bit done that I don't have to do myself. Do I have every other one selected over there? Oh, I'm flabbergasted. Speechless. Speechless. It's got to be something I'm doing. I don't know. Oh, when you want something done right, do it yourself. It's just 2 passes we'll have to do ourselves, and then we can finish. But we can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7, 8 rows left, 8 passes. Not too bad. It's getting late. Well, we have 166 bales at this point. It looks like coming in here. This will be the last one. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to get the dairy. I hope it is. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the 5 and 5, $5 million in 5-year challenge. I did some thinking between episodes, and we're going to get through the month of June today. We got a lot to take care of. We're going to have a couple fields of grass to cut, but we got a lot of comments saying to upgrade to the medium sawmill. We do have one over there that we thought about buying. It's a little far away. I'm not satisfied with that. I think we are going to clear that land and use the money we make right now. We need 150 to upgrade to that. That way we can get a lot more output from the sawmill as well as the wood chips that would be lovely to sell when the price is at its best. But right now we have some silage to sell, so we'll go get this all taken care of and see if we got enough money to get that sawmill going, and then we'll make it $32,000 per load. I think it's gonna be close. And sitting in just under 110,000, we're here with the last 10 bales that are already fermented. Go ahead and drop those down, and we're about $28,000 short. We're gonna go see what the sawmill's worth if we sell it. So let's go into production mode. We do have a little bit of lumber in here, but 17,000 still gonna put us a little short. Let's go ahead and sell it. And we need about $10,000. So what I'm gonna do is grab this trailer, and we had stuff half produced. It is what it is. I'm ready to get to this bigger process here and make more progress. I did install Courseplay. We talked about it last episode. I'm not happy with the way the AI steering works or the AI drivers. The fact that I have to finish the field for them to know to windrow the whole thing. Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. All right, our little farmyard here. We'll drop the forks, grab the log forks, and we're gonna fill up our log trailer, though the bale trailer is a lot bigger, and this time we're gonna cut them to 6. Should get a little bit more money than we're getting when we cut them to 8, and hopefully we can find enough big trees, and hopefully we can get this done before it's dark. It looks like I found a good set of them here. There's about 4 that are in our property. We'll go with those, and I'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, not the best consistent load in the world. I got a little lazy there, but we're here. Hopefully this gives us about $12,000. Would be nice. I don't think it's gonna though. I think we're gonna be a little short. Oh, the trigger. We gotta push the button on this one. That's right. Yeah, that's half of what we need. Want to do it again? I don't know. I think we're gonna wait. I think we're gonna wait and sell the silage in May. I need to save some of those tall trees for the sawmill. Like, is the cost of wood terrible right now or something? Is the cost of wood bad? Wood. It barely fluctuates. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do, we'll sleep. And actually, I'll spend a little bit of time loading those up and organizing them. just while the time's going a little bit faster. We'll get it back to 5. I won't forget. You know, now I feel really dumb. I should have just kept it. Gosh, that was stupid. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I'm just gonna put the bales right here for now. Go get some more of them. I don't know how many more we have over there. But as we get a little bit of daylight here, we were gonna get it back to ×5 on the speed. Little May rain shower to start off the year. That's pretty good. We'll go at ×5 right now. The year, start off the month. Okay, we got them all out of the field. We do need to get fertilizer put down. We have 2 sets of bales, so 50, well, what is that? 58 bales over there. What I'm gonna do is temporarily, we're gonna put these on the ground. I wasn't seeing the silage state or the fermented states without them down here. So they are 80% fermented, so we got a little ways to go until that's gonna be complete. So let's grab the fertilizer spreader and we'll get some fertilizer put down. I hope we have enough in capacity. I think I overbought last time. Too many series going on. Can't keep things straight lately. Oh, we don't. We don't. Let's go buy some. You know what? Let's risk it. Let's risk it before we spend money. We're going to cut the grass here in June. I am going to wait to the second growth stage. I've thought over it a few times, and to be completely honest, I'm not about to be cutting both these fields every 2 months. I do not think this will be enough fertilizer, but there's a chance it might be. So away we go. Fingers crossed that this is enough fertilizer, and let's double check that it is applying. We've been having issues with me remembering how the game works, but it looks good there. And we'll be making some progress. Get that new sawmill here soon. Yeah, we knew it wasn't going to work. We knew it wasn't going to be enough. We're headed to the store. We'll get 1,000 liters of fertilizer. And we did get the fertilizer picked up, and we're finishing the last little area that needs some fertilizer spread on it. Just the nose of the rabbit, and that should handle it. With a little bit to spare. Yeah, looks real good. Looks real good. Okay, now let's check on our silage. See how close it is. I think it's going to be like noon when it's ready. Yep. Okay. That's the next thing I want to do. And these are 100% at 11, so maybe that's what time it was. I don't remember finishing that early, but let's go ahead and load these ones back up. And we'll go check the other ones and see if there's any stragglers that needed to be closer to noon before we start selling. Yeah, 93%, 97. So we got a few to go still. Over here, we're at about 97, 99. Okay. We know what to do. I think we're all set. Grab a few more here. We'll just have to do this will be a quick selling session the way we prep this. Here's the first load. 30,000. Did we get a couple missed? Yeah, we did. We can pick those up in a minute. We're just gonna bump these in though. Yeah, that worked. 1,300 per bale and 14 for the last run here. 17,000 there. So we're at 229. We'll go home. We'll make the sawmill. We'll see how much money we have left. I would like to upgrade to the same set of mowing equipment that we did on the Riverbend Springs series, but I don't know if we'll have enough cash to do both right now because I didn't keep the sawmill overnight. Okay, I'm not sold on any of it, but this is going to be a little bit of a farmyard to store things. We'll get a shed eventually. I added these little paths in here to kind of show that we've been driving on our new gravel road and kind of picking up some of the gravel and, you know, working our way over here as we do some work for the goats. Yeah, goat milk's not producing very fast yet, but we only have 10 of them. 5 months till reproduction. Not bad. That needs fixed. But yeah, here's the sawmill. We also did a little bit of concrete around it just to kind of establish its footprint, where we might have some equipment stored back here as well, but this will be the entrance spot to drop off our goods. So now we need to grab the winch. And I was worried about these being stuck. Let's see if I can grab them with super strength. They're okay. We're gonna put them, I don't know, somewhere over here for now in the new farmyard. We'll do another slab over by where the water buffalo are gonna go eventually. But yeah, I think that's good. We need to fill this in, finish decorating. Just didn't want to get too far ahead with that right now, as I am undecided on some things that I want to do out here. But let's look at some math so we can figure out a plan. So they're all 20, all three are gonna be 24 cycles and 208 wood per cycle. So per month, we're gonna have roughly 5,000 per type, per product here. So we need 15,000 wood every month. And I hope it pays for itself relatively quickly, because otherwise we just put ourselves backwards in progress. Pulling in 2 trees here. We'll see how this is to start, and then we'll go from there to see how many we need to cut down. And we're close to the edge of our property here. So I'm hoping, gosh, ideally this would be, I don't know, 5,000. I'm hoping this is like 15, but I have no clue. I haven't been paying attention. Let's see how many of these trees we're gonna need each month to keep this alive. Yeah, this isn't good. Okay, those trees kind of suck. Try one of these bad boys next to see how they do at the sawmill. The American elm. I really don't want to plant trees, so we'll see how it goes. All right, see if this is any better. That was a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna keep going. We'll get at least 15,000 in here, and then we'll make it June and see how it produces for, you know, a couple hours since it's late in May already. All right, we got a tornado coming in, but we look here, I'm loving the progress. Oh my. This was worth it. And the wood chips, there's 3,000 of them. I'll have to read how we get those. Why is that? Like, where are they? Maybe right here? How do we get the wood chips out of this one? Maybe we drive up here to get them? That would be amazing. We'll find out eventually. But that's just gonna keep going, but it's time to get over to the field and start getting going with our tasks for June. But that's some money. That's huge. Okay, not mad about it anymore. I was getting a little, how did that get that bad? I gotta fix that. Okay, now I'm thinking between, okay, we're about to get more efficient. We're going to the store, we're gonna do some math, and we're gonna see if we can pull this off, get those upgrades. And I do plan on extending this all the way to the store and the farmer's market. I'm just not sure exactly where. And yeah, it's a little bumpy still. Smooth tool didn't do as good as I thought it would, but I wanted to kind of take a look here. And I think we'll eventually, I'll probably do that off camera. I'll do a whole design session of some roads and clear some things out. Again, I'm doing that stuff for free in this challenge because it's all cosmetic. It doesn't actually affect whether we win or lose. And that's why the terraforming and everything was free for me. Okay, before we get crazy here, 14,000 and 70,000. We can afford it definitely when we sell these. Let's go in here and repair and sell. I'm not going to repaint. I don't see any reason to, but I will do the little repair just in case that gives us a little bit more. And then, oh, I was going to do one more thing before I did that, and I'm a doofus. Okay, hopefully we didn't screw up. 190. 190 is the horsepower. This one requires 220. Oh no, let's give it a shot. We're gonna see if it can pull it. Let's see if it can get away with it. If it's just, even if it's a little slower, it still should eliminate a job. And if I have a worker do it, then it's night and day, right? I mean, it's just, who cares if it's a little slower? That was the thing I wanted to check more than the money. Still have 27 grand. So worst case, let's see, what is this tractor is not going to be worth much. Is it 31,000? I don't know how much money we have sitting at the sawmill, but we could get a tractor upgrade pretty soon, which is probably what my next focus will be, depending on how this goes. But I want to take another route on this road. I got to figure out what texture this is and see if I can just make more roads like that. But I wanted to spend time off camera while I'm not trying to record to take care of that and prettify it. Well, they're both on, so we'll see. So we are going to use some horseplay here. Oh no, what did I do? How did I do that? All right, so field setup here. It's 9.4 meters, it's saying. We're gonna do 2 headlands to generate the course. Haven't got a lot of time. Haven't done a lot of time on this, but we'll see. First waypoint, 4 miles an hour. Getting up to 5. All right, so I think we know what our next upgrade is gonna be. It's a good swath. Let's go ahead and switch to this tractor now. Yeah, they're struggling. We know we're gonna need a little bit of wrap. I'm gonna go spend money on maintenance on this and pick up the bale wrap as well. All right, I figure we do maintenance on this because I have a feeling it's struggling horsepower-wise right now, and I'm also worried that it's not going to be able to pull this quick bale. But we are going to grab the rest of the wrap and take it home. Oh man, the first time ever in one of these series I've been tempted to restore a save file and fix my mistakes, but we don't do that on this channel. I've never done that before. This is actually the first time I'm like, maybe that would be a good decision. But nah, we're not doing that. What the heck? Why am I forgetting my buttons? Okay, Control Alt 0. It changed. Alt 0. There. Oh, because it's right there. All right, they're. Come on, Chris. They seem to be quite a bit of ways ahead of us. Still working on. No way you're stuck on something. Oh, is it a little uphill here? Oh man, terrible mistakes were made. Feeling pretty stupid right now. Okay, let's good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, let's take a look at some options here. Oh, 182, but we'd still have to upgrade that quite a bit. We'd have to spend 220 on this, on the 6R. Nothing good in the used market to help. What's the best medium tractor? Only 90 horsepower there. Those are small. Medium, 190 is the most this will be. Let me look on ModHub real quick. Okay, I found a few options, but I don't think any are really going to be in our price range. This one only goes up to 183,000. The fast track we can get up to, gosh, so we need 223, so we're still looking at a lot of money. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Still needs an upgrade to 250,000. Boy, that was quite the mistake we've made here. So we could go with this Valtra for a while for 182. Let's stop for a second because, yeah, time is not on our side. We're on a challenge. We're gonna sell all this stuff. We're gonna see. Farmer's market. Yeah, only 42,000. I didn't think so. Okay, all right, I guess we're selling those. Buying the ones we had again. Losing some money. Mistakes were made. We know what to do now. I want to try myself for a minute. Yeah, big mistake. Live and learn, which is hilarious because I was like, let me slow down and do the right thing. And that was the one thing I didn't check. And I think what we're going to do is just sell this. Lost 7 grand there. And whatever extra we have to pay to buy this other one back. Oh, man. Do I go cheaper and just do this for now? Save some money? I think I'm going to. Okay. Well, we're not far off from buying that production that we wanted either. Just got some decisions to make. And that didn't wrap that one? I didn't change the setting. Why would the setting change? All right, so what I'm gonna do on this one, we're gonna do a regular old course. Let's reconfigure it. Get locked in here. There we go. And even though we already mowed this part, I'm gonna just drive the course, get going. We're gonna get a decent head start, and then we'll get the other tractor going on the windrower. And I guess I could just pay attention to this course and shut these off while I do it. But yeah, let me get ahead. And then we'll get the windrower going on course play so that we know they will actually complete their task. And we'll go from there. I've been playing this game way too long to make that kind of rookie mistake, but it happened. The setup's confusing me, so we're gonna go ahead and cruise on this. I'm gonna get this, actually, let's change right now. We're gonna grab the windrower. We're gonna put this in the new farmyard though. All right, we're gonna set this up with course play. We're gonna do one headland on it, And that'll show me where they start doing the ups and downs, and I can adjust where I'm cutting if that is the case. And I almost did that wrong there. Let's go ahead and go this way. And field setups, we'll do one headland. And we'll, oh, nope. Still got to generate the course. And change this to first. And there they go. And we're going to keep on mowing. And I'll keep an eye on them once they get done with that headland and do their up and down. That's when I'll decide if I need to switch to the other side of the field to start mowing so that I can stay ahead of them. I'm hoping they start over here and I get a larger head start, but since I did only one headland with that should give me time to adjust, either no matter which side they start on. It looks like they are starting on this side, so I think we're gonna be good to keep cutting, finish it, and then we can get to baling. And it's time to get the baling going. We got all of the mowing completed, and oh, we gotta remember to change this. Turn bale wrapper on, Control Alt. So I did accidentally hit that when I was trying to figure something else out. So that was my bad, but this one should get wrapped. Cruising at 5 miles an hour now. The quick bale, not so quick when the swaths have a really good yield. So we're close to halfway being done with the wrapping, and we're gonna take a break. We're gonna shut off the tractor for a minute, let this finish, and then we're gonna stop it. I'm not worried about that little bit it's gonna try to do, but we need to take care of a little bit of lumber because it's gonna run out here, I think at about 1,400, I think is about where I estimated. So get a couple more trees cut down, get the winch, move it around, try to find some tall boys, or the thick boys, I guess, and go from there. And stop saying that. Don't say that anymore. And we got some more money over here. Some moolah and some planks and long planks. Yeah, this is a great idea. I didn't want to do a lot of lumber, but this is definitely going to help the whole process. We got these two. Let's see how close it gets us. I'm guessing we're going to need about 4 or 5 trees today. But we have 3,000 wood in here right now. And that made it 7,000. So yeah, need to do that 3 more times probably. Hey, yeah, I don't want that. I want to push this button. All right, 11,000. Two more. Okay, I think this will be enough. Yes, perfect. Now we can get back to baling. And yeah, about halfway done. I didn't reset the bale counter, so I have no clue how we're doing. I guess we'll find out when we sell it late in July. Special delivery for the baler. We needed some more bale wrap and got to bring it over. Thought that would be a lot quicker than driving there and back. All right, see if this works. It does. I was worried I had to take it off. Beautiful. Back to work. 3 rows to go. All finished. Rainy day. There would have been a tornado if I didn't shut that off. We could have experienced it, but probably would have had to replant our grass or something after that. We did get that last bale there. Counter says 168, so I think we're at like 150 something. A lot of bales. I think that'll do it for this session. We'll have some more goods to sell from our new sawmill next episode. Yeah, it's looking good out there. We got the goats. We'll have to make sure their food's good and see how that milk's producing. We've got a couple months till they start breeding. And at some point we might want to just buy more because we don't have time to just wait for them to keep having babies. Gonna get the fertilizer all filled up and over to the grass field that we just cut last month. And over at the sawmill, we have a good amount of goods to move. You can see we got 3 long planks. We have about 5 planks and 2 wood beams, almost another wood beam coming in pretty soon. But I think we're starting to outgrow this trailer, so that will be an upgrade today. And a new organized farmyard over here. You can see a little bit of pavement here, some pavers and some exposed mountain. We'll get the grass equipment all hooked up to cut the field over here next. Today, it's looking nice and long. I have a feeling we're gonna make a lot of money in today's episode because we also have all that silage out there to sell. And we're gonna have a worker take care of the fertilizer on this field for us. And with all our prep done, it's time to hook up to the mower and get started on that. We made a lot of mistakes last episode. We're going a little fast in decision making. So today we're gonna slow things down, make sure we make the right call, not rushing into selling things, not rushing into buying things. I do want to get an upgraded tractor so we can finish our setup here on the mowers, but definitely been feeling way more efficient with this current setup. And away we go. With the new setup, mowing for the first time on this field, should be a quick and easy job. We'll get the windrower over here momentarily after we get a good start there that I just messed up. But we'll have them finish fertilizing. Once they're done with that, we'll set them up on the windrower. Hopefully we'll be pretty close to being done with the headlands at this point, or that point. The rain is here. I don't know if you get a yield, if you lose yield cutting grass in the rain in 25. I don't see a warning yet, but I don't know if I'm willing to risk it because I don't know. There's plenty of other things that we could prioritize while we wait the storm out, but it really will put us behind on selling silage in August, which isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, I think I am gonna just hold off. Let's hold off. And they did finish over here. And just double checking here, yeah, looks great. Just a little small area wasn't done. But I think what we'll do is spend this time to sell some goods. I don't think the silage, there's no way the silage is anywhere close to being ready. We finished that at like noon, I believe. Yeah, 70%, that needs some time. But we got plenty of items at the sawmill to sell right away. Yes, we are outgrowing this. That was 1 month's worth, but if we ever let 2 months worth pile up, yeah, we need a bigger trailer. We get that prioritized. We have 5,000 planks here, 3,000 planks long, and 3,000 wood beams. Taking our new roads, tipping our tractor. I even went super slow around that turn. And we will be selling at the warehouse today. Let's see what this brings in. This should be a good chunk of change here. 63 grand, that's nice. We're sitting at 167, and we have probably well over, gosh, close to $100,000 worth of silage to sell as well. So we could be sitting at $250,000 when it's all said and done today in the month of July. Let's get home. Yeah, I did validate that the wood chips do, you can fill them up here, so we will get a bigger grain trailer as well for that eventually, or a trailer that's compatible with wood chips. You see 8,600 liters of wood chips already, which, looking at prices when they peak 1,600, that's a pretty good little penny there. And while we're waiting, just double checking the used market. Nothing really helpful. This could be later on, but not really. Let's see how the goats are doing while we're waiting out this massive storm. Food's looking good. Meadow has plenty of food. Looks like we're very close to reproduction. You ready to have a baby? I think it'll be next month, right? We need more of you. We need a lot more of you to make a lot more milk. Yeah. Well, the rain seems to be dying off, and we're gonna get back to it. It's 14:30 now, 2:30, so we've lost a lot of time due to the weather. We could go ahead and sell the silage, but we might as well try to bust this out first. Should be our top priority, getting the grass to start fermenting after baling it. You can see the windrowing has begun. I think we're far enough ahead to be able to handle that, and once we do these ups and downs, this field's gonna be pretty quick. And the windrowing's making good time so far. We're about finished up. They're doing their ups and downs. Cannot wait to not have to wait for that process. Having this area all paved out is helping me stay organized. Feels like our things have more of a place at this point. Place to call home. We're gonna have to sneak up and refill this. It has an 8 in it already. I think that'll probably be enough, but we'll add that extra one just to be safe. See if that's close enough. It is. So we're all full again. And let's go ahead and remember to restart the bale counter here. All set. 268 already on this baler. Crazy. It feels like we just got it. All right. What I wanted to do was not start with the headland. I wanted to do the ups and downs and do what's left of the headland last. That seemed to work out pretty good. So here we go. Make sure automatic drop is turned on. Current drop mode, automatic, looks correct. They're just about done with the windrowing, and we're gonna swap out with them. Just make sure this is going good. Seems to be. Vehicle running cost. Oh no. Course play stealing money. Automatic repair, do not repair. Broken threshold, 100 means off. I think we're good now. All right, they did a good job here, but it's time to make some money selling some silage while Helper B finishes doing the baling. All right, Windrower is back in its home. Nice little lineup there. Fuel's flashing. I think we'll get to one selling session here and then head to the store, get some fuel, come back for the other 3 stacks of bales. All right, here we go. I think we got them all. 33,000, just about 34,000 per load today. Not bad. Let's go get some fuel and get some more bales. Here we are with the second load. Man, I'm gonna have to make some decisions on what to spend the money on. Gosh, those are the nervous times. Those are the nervous times. Don't hit the light pole. I think I probably want to go like all the way past it before we, yeah. Next time I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna just go on the other side of it and move the bales through the pole, see if that works. But we're at 232. Man, if we had a harvester, we could do the harvesting contracts over here eventually. Need to get a path through here next. All right, let's see if this works. Because I know I can just move it as far as I want, really, right? Then we can, oh, we have like a better view of it too. Look at that. Perfect. We're gonna be so close to 300,000. Oh no, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. No, we're not, because we don't have a full trailer. So close. We're gonna be so close. That was an emotional roller coaster. My goodness. Just under 300. All right. We are gonna go pick up some bales while they finish baling, and then we'll do the headland, because I don't think they'll do that part for us. And then we're gonna make it August. I do need to, and I'll probably do this off camera, make sure that the sawmill is full of wood. What happened over here? Oh, we ran out of netting. All right, we'll get this all finished. And then after that, I'll pick up the bales and take care of the sawmill. And done with the baling here. We got 64 bales total, not too shabby. Just a crazy tree head right here. Listen, every joke's not funny, all right? 8,000, we need a couple more. All righty. This should put us at about 12,000, which I'm comfortable with because we don't have a lot of jobs to do next month, and I think we're gonna really pack this place full of trees. I got some plans. All right, and we did have the worker doing the fertilizer for us. Let's see how close they are to being done. They're finishing up right now. Glorious. I don't know if we've shown that the road goes all the way to the store now, and I might have had a little bit of fun with some auto drive. Okie dokie. We are going to park here and sleep. We need to get a house soon. I think in this episode, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at some options. We have some cash. Should be part of the challenge. You got to have a house. All right, rain in the forecast. That's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead, and we know we want something a little better than this for the grain or the wood chips, as well as just in the future. So this is going to go away. Let's come in here and repair it and sell it and not yet. The shopping spree's not happening yet. So we need something that would work with our tractors. I don't know. There is this one for 30. That's decent size. 15,000. That might, if we sell every month, I think that'll be good enough. Yeah, this thing should be plenty big enough for our needs per month, unless we got 2 sawmills, which I don't think we have enough lumber to justify that. So this was my thought when I built this back area, was it's a nice area to turn around, but also we can go about right here, lower that, and I think we can disconnect it. Yeah, now that we have the trailer at a decent spot, we should be able to just come get these, take them over there, load them pretty easily, and I think this is good. Maybe having it turned that direction would be better. Let's fix that. But I definitely did want to make this, oh, it's not flat right here. Right there might be okay. Yeah, about right there. Okay, yeah, made this area functional. Been having problems with, gotta fix this road still. This road's gonna get completely flattened out. I just haven't decided if I'm gonna install some road mods or just make it vanilla game yet. kind of phases I'm doing in between episodes, just kind of having fun with the cosmetic side. But yeah, so nice blockage there. Really nice. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yeah, we should be able to stack this decently high because of the way we're loading it. So I think this will be a good process. Let's try to bust this out. Something like that. I still suck at stacking things. But yeah, I think this size of trailer will suit us fine. If we get to the point where we have to move a lot of milk products around, maybe we'll need a bigger one, but this might be it. Like, do we just need to stop buying things? Are we making enough money? All right, so let's see. I think it was like 64,000 last time. 70,000. All right, we're going to actually, I don't remember if this works from here, but let's see. We're gonna go Alt-0 to open up auto drive and go to, let's just go to wood chips. That's a good spot. Can't get there. I thought I fixed that. Now we can, okay. We're close enough to the courses. All right, we're jumping in the store. Nothing good used here. We have $356,000 and we have some silage to sell today. Now, how much this can get upgraded to 302. The Case Puma here. And we could add a front loader to it as well. It has the front and back. I'm kind of sold. It saves, I mean, we still have a lot of money left. I think we do that. Okay. New tractor. Nice. 33 miles an hour. This just upgraded us big time. Yeah, just stop spending money, Chris. Man, we're so fast. We're catching them. Look at that. There they are. Should be able to pull logs a lot easier. Should be a lot of bonuses to this. Just turn that cleanly at 32. No brakes. Nothing. We caught them. Right as they're turning to their destination. We'll get a ding here in a second. There it is. I don't even know where I'm going. Oh, we're gonna check on the silage. I know it's not till like 1700, but... And then I wanted to come over here and kind of evaluate some spaces and things. Some spaces and things. All right, number one on the task list. 71%, yes, they need a little bit more time. Grass could get cut next to us, but I think what we're gonna do is cut both of them in September and get them on the same cycle. Okay, I want to kind of evaluate what we have over here. So the border, the edge is around here. Had a good comment of somebody saying to draw a dirt line, but you can see right here we have a decent open space. It gets to the edge of our, okay, so all of this that is ours right here, we could start chipping away at a new field potentially. Not super big, but I don't want to lose all the space for the cattle too. Just kind of thinking out loud here. The water buffalo, the water buffalo is what we're gonna buy. So we still have this right here that we could end up flattening here, and all back there is what I want to save for them and go into the tree line a little bit. So I think what I want to do is see if that front loader is compatible and do a little bit of tree work to clear out a little bit bigger area over there, and that way we can get the sawmill populated pretty well too. And it does. Nice. Switch out. Yeah, I think we'll grab the, gosh, that trailer would be nice too. Maybe we'll take both of them out there, but I need the log forks. Hey, aren't we supposed to have babies? Count. What? Did it glitch on us? Count 10. Why? Oh, where are they? They're okay. That was by age. Okay, so there's 10 babies, but I can't find them. Or the babies look the same. Nope, 21-month-old. 21-month-old. Oh, is this one? Oh, that's unfortunate. All the ones that are rendered in are the adults. I wanted to see the baby goat. Okay. Okay. So we know our line's here, and I want to push it back a little bit, so we'll get going. Well, I think 30,000 should be enough wood for now. I think that was pretty good, and I went one row past where we cut from the last scene, so not huge, and I'm not, 100% sure that I'm going to start cultivating that yet. Was kind of debating on financial decisions and prepping that area to feed the sawmill. was still worth our time because we needed to feed the sawmill. So yeah, just kind of starting to prep that area for the third field. That would probably turn into our grain field for getting straw for the water buffalo. I don't know why I'm bringing this trailer over here, but it's coming with me. 95% here. Yeah, let's find some. It's the last thing I want to do today. 87 I saw. Yeah, I think this 86 I'll just stare at until we get there. All right, I think that is long enough. We'll get to some field work with our new tractor next episode. Super excited about this. We still have 84,000, so I wanted to see where the balance is. I talked a few months ago in the game about rushing to get the milk production, the dairy, but I don't think it's necessary yet. We just got our second pallet started of goat's milk last month, or it might have been even this month, so just no rush for that. I've decided to slow down my desire to grab that. I just never mentioned that. And we got some things. I was starting to load up pallets, but wanted to switch it up. But yeah, I wanted to change the focus to being more efficient first, and it didn't make sense to necessarily buy the dairy and just have it sit there. If we can't keep it in production all the time, then we don't need it yet. So, but I do want to see about possibly some upgrades to some equipment to help out, and then potentially a handful more goats to help speed up the other issue we were just talking about. All right, we might have messed up lining up here, but we'll try our best. That might actually work. 32,000 today. We got one more full load and a little bit after that. All right, another load here. Drive a little bit forward there. That should do it. 150. All right, and we just have about 10 or 12 more bales back at home that we'll bring here. And the last 12. We're sitting at 160. We have some lumber to sell, which we will do that after more get produced in the morning. This is where we're going to end today's episode. We got a pretty awesome tractor, though. Super excited about that. The Puma. I think it's 300 plus horsepower. Welcome back to the 5 and 5 challenge. It's September of year 2, and we're going to get rid of this back mower and finally get the one we want. We also have a good amount of lumber to sell today. It's also still producing. Should get a lot going. And we will have 2 fields to cut. We're going to cut both fields of grass, get them on the same cycle, and potentially blend them together. And if we have time, we're going to start making that field over here so we can get another crop in the ground that's not grass. But first things first, let's go ahead and get this sold. As repairs, $10, not too bad, and we can get 13,000 back from it. And for 70,500, it is ours. It's time to get this home, get the front attached to it, and get some mowing. We did talk about building a house, and that will be a requirement. I just haven't settled on where exactly I want it yet. I'm having a hard time with that. So if you had any ideas of where you think we should put it, let me know. I'm all ears. I think what I want to do is, let's set this up. I'm going to do the headlands, and then we're going to hand it over to a regular worker, and away we go. This is going to be glorious. It's going to be so much faster. But let's bust out the headland just to give us a head start. Pretty awesome. We're going at least 12 miles an hour, which is blowing me away. But what we're going to do here is we're going to switch, go to the AI worker, work headlands off, and go ahead and send them on their way. And we'll hop out right here. Can't get it to load this last extra wrap, so I guess we'll have to come get it later. But we'll get going with the baling, make sure everything's configured correctly. We are going to go ahead and hit Alt-X, get our bale counter restarted, even though we know we have one extra. Should be fine. Already wrapping bales. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet. Well, just checking in here. They're doing a good job getting ahead of us, which is what we thought would happen. So once they're done cutting that, I'm going to set them up on course play on the other field so that we can have the baling done over there. When I get done with this field, we're going to automatically have a worker do that. I'll start moving bales around and get the fertilizer put down potentially. I don't think we quite need lime yet. We still got probably another year before we have to worry about that. Smooth sailing. Just got to keep the grind going. The worker is done, and we just hit our 48th bale, 49th bale. Not too bad. We're gonna go ahead and stop right there and grab this guy and get this course all set up. Now, this field over here is not on the second growth stage, and we're fine with that. This is our chance to transition these into using the same exact setup. So I do want to try this with no headlands and see how that works with course play here. It should be fine. And this one I want to save as mow bale, and that should be good. We'll go first waypoint, get them started, and we'll continue on baling. Well, this plan's coming together pretty nice. We are just about done here. We have 100 bales already, and they're just about done cutting the grass on the other field. So I can set this up on the worker, on the course play course, and we can then just work on some other tasks. So let's go ahead and stop here, grab course play. We'll need to load up a map here, or a course. So mow and bale is what we want. Let's go ahead and clear what we have so that we can do that. Load course, and we're gonna go first waypoint and let them do it. And right when they're done mowing, we'll go ahead and take the case tractor and start picking up these bales and get it cleared so we can start treating the field. I feel like it was time. Pressure washer is here. Get things all cleaned off. Make sure that maintenance stays. You know, we don't want the damage to get too high, and these things are filthy. We have a lot of stuff that we can get cleaned up. I'm not going to spend too much time on it right now, but we'll start getting some of the things just in my proximity cleaned. Is this Samaz? Is that how you say that? Samaz? Let me know. I've been avoiding saying this brand name because I didn't want to butcher it. Samaz. Yeah, in theory, this should save us the money that we spent on the pressure washer just in repair costs and maintenance costs. Let's go get the bale trailer and get these bales out of the way so we can get some fertilizer on the ground. And we got so far ahead now, I think what we'll do is we'll just drop this here, grab the spreader, and get some fertilizer put down. I was just gonna grab all the bales so I could just do one spreading session, but I think this is more wise. And away we go. 2,500 liters should be enough to do both fields, I'm hoping. And if we have time, and it looks like we're going to, we'll blend these two together because there's no reason to treat them as two. And look at how impressive that is already in front of me. That's a big payday coming. And done with the fertilizer on this field, I am gonna go prep this on the field in front of us. And then we'll switch back to picking up bales. Looks like they got about 4 rows to go. 4 more passes on picking up and wrapping the grass. And we'll get going on fertilizing after they're done with that. But I'm gonna start getting these bales out of the way and prepped. And just about finishing up, it's just turned 1 o'clock. This is glorious. It's exactly the plan we wanted. And opening up the menu here, 167 bales. Holy moly. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this over with the rest of them. If I'm looking from here, you can see we have 6 stacks over there and 11 in the trailer. That's a lot of money. A lot of moolah. That's impressive. Just a half day worth of work. And with a little bit left, we are done with fertilizing. We have 290 liters of fertilizer left. Hopefully that's enough to do the little bit that we need to do the rest of the day. Actually, we're gonna probably have to buy more. So it's time to start expanding. We're going to connect these 2 fields and start working on the first grain field. But have to remember, we need to buy some wrap before next time we cut. I think we've outgrown this. I really do. So let's head to the store. And let's see about getting an upgrade. After repairing, we end up getting $5,460 for the subsoiler. I think the winner is gonna be the K-brand ProLander 7500. It is $50,500. Only requires 190 horsepower. We could have gone a little bit bigger, but trying to also be financially responsible, as this is more than enough for what we need. I've talked about multiple times the way I blend fields together, so we're gonna do just a little time lapse of this. Enjoy. All right, with that one done, we're gonna also head on over to this back area that we started clearing up, and we're gonna start making an outline of a field. Not 100% sure if I'm gonna be satisfied with how big we can make it yet, but I really wanted to actually just get it cultivated and started and see how we feel about it. We're gonna run into some stumps, and I think that'll be fine because we have a lot of money coming in to be able to afford that stump grinder. Yeah, that felt much better using this cultivator than that subsoiler. Definitely helping speed things up. Tiny little field, be a decent start for getting some straw for the water buffalo. And we'll remove some more trees and expand that. The main reason why I wanted to do that, oh, there's something else I wanted to do, was so that we can start seeing the size of it and the amount of stumps that are in the way and give me an idea of what I want to do to finish it. But I do want to blend these together a little bit better than that. That's a little hideous. So we'll just cruise up here, try to round it a little bit better. Yeah, I think that'll do. That looks much better. We got lime in the spreader here, and I don't think we're gonna have enough to do both fields right now, but I really wanted to prioritize this little strip here. I'm not sure if we're even gonna plant yet, the field behind us, the new one. We got a little more things to buy for that, like the stump grinder, and I probably wanna expand it just a little bit, but definitely wanted to get that going and start thinking about, prepping that and planting it. We still have to buy a harvester. No leasing in this series. This is gonna be close. Whatever we get done here will be good enough for me. Not bad. Yeah, just that tiny little section. We can live with that. We can put some lime on that later on, next time it's needed. No stress there. We do have a good amount of lumber to get sold here. 4,000 wood beams, 4,000 planks long, and 6,000 planks. And I am wanting to remind myself real quick when wood chips are at their best price. And looking at the calendar here, it's gonna be all the way to January. Whoa, drove off the road. We might sneak that in December to end the year, but we'll see how the prices are looking. I've added these new roads to cut through to the shops or to the stores. I'm not a fan of them yet. Not a fan of the mods are good. I'm just not a fan of the way I laid them down. You can see there is some clipping issues as well. Awesome idea. Not sure why they're clipping. I didn't have them overlapping each other. Maybe I need them to. I just wish they're the same size as these ones. But pretty awesome mod. Okay, so the best price looks like it is gonna be the farmer's market this time around. It's been a minute since we've sold lumber here. And I kinda wanna see, do they have a section? Yeah, this place is looking pathetic. I wanna see if these populate in here when you sell them. Nice, $81,000, that's insane. That sawmill is OP. Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them in here. Man, lumber is just the way to make money in this game. Lumber and silage, wood chips, probably some poplar. We're gonna see how that mozzarella cheese does eventually though. I did add some trees around here just to make it look better as well. We will not be cutting these down. This was all for aesthetics. And I did change this out to be a better texture. The other one was way too repetitive when you're a little far away. But yeah, this is looking much better. It's looking alive here. And we're not really going through much of this at all. So that's good for us, but bad for the production of the goats. We have 20 goats now. We can fit 86. Let's see how much that would cost us to go with the old ones. $54,000. I think we're gonna do that. Well, we have it full of goats now. We have 86 goats. We'll see how this production changes. We have a full 1,000 here and 463 here. We need a lot more. We'll see how long grass lasts us. We're gonna have to keep these populated here to be able to get taken. Like this one, you can see has 2,200 left. This one has 3,200. So it's slowly taking all three of these. And we're gonna make sure they're there because this thing only holds 4,500. And with that many goats now, I have a feeling they're gonna go through them a lot faster. And I see a baby finally. There it is in the tall grass. Can you even breathe down there? What are you doing? Oh, just lay down. Yep. Hidden like a snake. Found 3 more of these 25-meter Scotch pines, so I'm gonna hook these up to the winch and get them over to the sawmill before we make it October. I'm thinking with all this horsepower, we should be able to pull all 3 of these at once, and it seems to be doing pretty good. It's taking a little maneuvering, but we're finally getting over here. Hopefully we can get these. Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Come on, you gotta get in here just enough. Okay. So we're at 14,000 and that put us at 19. I can't believe those are only 5,000 each. Or 5,000 total. That seems wrong. Definitely feel like you get more money out of those by selling them. I don't know. Maybe I've been doing something wrong the whole time. That will do it for the month of September. It's time to sleep. And I think before that, we're gonna find at least something to sleep in. A little something like this. Just a little parking spot for us. Got a little worn out area for where we're gonna be driving. You can see the tire marks almost lined it up perfect. And we have a nice little path that leads to the door. And we have an inside. Look at this. Some grass coming in here. Blah. And look at that, the bed comes down. How did I do that? That's sweet. I dig it. And looking at the finances screen, you can see we made $214,000 on selling bales today and $53,000 on lumber. Putting our grand total at $337,000 today. We've made $267,000 in 1 month, but we have a problem. A good problem. We have well over 3,000 liters of milk now, so they're producing. That is just overnight. These two got full. That's great news. And these still aren't getting touched much. Neither is the meadow. Yeah, this one's a lot lower. I guess these are getting touched. Okay. Things are progressing. But we got to figure out what we're going to do with our money. And I think it might make sense to do that production sooner than later. Also have a few things that are really tempting me. This $167,000 Fendt is already at 396 horsepower. And it's well more than 50% off. It's 56% off. There's also this clause. It starts at 325 horsepower. So if we have money left over after the spending, and those are still there, we might do it, but I got to figure out where I want this production next. I could use a little work. That's not bad. More money. But here's our new production. I don't know if this one gets less per unit or per month than the bigger one does, but we didn't have a lot of space for the bigger one, and I kind of wanted it. But we added a little bit of detailing here, some nice flowers, a bench, a little place to park your bike, and a little dumpster that apparently they have overfilled. And this is where the goods are going to go, so that'll be fun and annoying. But I like the way it looks. So now we have two options. We can do the bottled goat milk, and it's gonna burn through 1,400 a month, and the output's more than the input. Interesting. Goat cheese is the same way, so we might just do both of those and see how it goes. But I need to get a tractor with the forks and start moving stuff around. I was hoping to have enough money for the water buffalo right now as well, but that costs a little more than I was anticipating, so we'll have to hold off a little bit on that. But that'll be coming, gosh, probably right at the beginning of year 3. I don't think we'll have enough money before December to pull that off. All right, let's see how much I hate my setup that I've made here. We are able to snag 2 of these at once. That's not bad, so it'll only be 2 trips. And let go, please. There we go. Not bad. So we'll get the other 2 over here, and we'll get them activated. There we go, all dropped off. All right, we're in the menu now, and we definitely want to get the bottled milk going. And I think, yeah, let's just do both. We'll see how that goes for a few months. I mean, we're barely tipping the input here with 3,224, so I'm not sure how much we'll get out when it comes November, but they're already producing. Next step in this process is done, and this will be what we use for the water buffalo as well. So they're only open 8 to 5. They're off on Sundays. And over here at the new field, what I'm gonna do is spend a little bit of time cutting down probably a lot of trees right now, and probably cut them down, show you, but I'm not gonna move any of them. I'll do that off camera. Well, it sure was nice to sleep in a house today. We got some new offers we want to take a look at the store, but I need to find the Case tractor because we got to buy that stump grinder. And one of the things to remember in this playthrough is we're gonna buy this, but we can't sell it. We're gonna have to just keep it. This machine can grind down tree stumps. $27,000. It is ours. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to go on the front or the back. I feel like it'd be easier to put on the front, So when we get back there, we'll drop the front loader, and then we'll switch this to the front and start grinding some stumps. But what I'm also thinking about doing is cultivating up that new area that we just cleared so that I could see the stumps a little bit easier. So we got the grinder, we'll get it over there, we'll get the cultivator over there as well, and we'll get to work. I did want to stop by the dairy just to kind of see what's happening here. We got goat's milk and goat cheese getting processed, and look at that. We have some bottled goat milk already. We have some cheese. We have 2 things of cheese. This is looking good. I want to double check prices here. Bottled goat's milk, we are going to be able to, yeah, there's a little fluctuation. So come January is when we're going to want to sell that. Same with the cheese. When the prices fluctuate like this, we're going to want to find some storage because we're going to end up saving up a lot between now and January. Well, not this January, but definitely next January. Okay, things to think about. And we still have 1,600 liters of goat's milk to get through processing. That seems to be doing pretty good job. So after we're done with the stump grinding and cultivating, we'll probably move things around. I need to get a dedicated tractor just to, with a front loader over here, just to take care of all that stuff. And just taking a peek while we're here, let's see how goat's milk's looking. Over 1,000 per night now. That's gonna make me happy. Out of curiosity, I wanted to see if this would show the exact amount. 1,319 is what we have. Okay. Good to know. The grass isn't quite ready. We'll cut it in December, and I'm realizing I made a huge mistake. Oh, Chris. We're supposed to be doing better, not worse. We never planted. Okay, change the plans. We got to prioritize that first, so that will not be ready in December, but it will be the following time. What a rookie mistake. All right, hopefully 167 liters is enough for that small area. We're gonna have to buy some more when we plant the field that we're creating, but our day just got a little bit busier. Now, I want to make sure I don't replant too many of this, or a lot of this area, just the area that we need to, because we will... well, this might not be a direct drill, so it might not be an issue. So we'll go ahead and move forward. It doesn't seem like it's, yeah, so it is not picking up the existing grass, which is ideal. So let's bust this out real quick. Probably put a little bit of fertilizer down, and then we can get back to the original plans for November. Oh, what a doofus. Yeah, just this little tiny area. All is fine. It's not a huge amount that we're gonna lose here. So, I mean, the reality is this area wasn't getting cut anyways, or majority of it. So when we cut the grass in December, not much is lost. And analyzing the fertilizer here, nothing. Okay, good to know. 280 might be enough actually for just one little pass. And then when we fertilize after cutting in December, we'll get the second phase on this area. So we'll be great. It'll be fine. Just like that. Crisis averted. I guess we'll just use the stump grinder as a front weight for now. Okay, looking right here is where we want to start this expansion. What I'm gonna do, get a good camera angle going, get lined up pretty well, and we'll do a little time lapse of finishing this field. And that'll do it. I'm not sold yet on this field, so let's get out and I'll show you why. So at the lowest spot of the field right here, if this was completely like role play or not a challenge, I don't think that area back there would grow well. I think all the rainwater and all the natural water would just kind of roll right down that hill, and this area here would get too much water is my guess. And that area wouldn't get enough because of it. So just pointing out that that seems a little too steep for a realistic field. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I don't think I am. So let's figure out this stump grinder next. I've used it once so far in FS25, and I had decent luck with it. At first, it confused me, but I think we'll be able to get this done pretty quick. If I remember right, it works similar. Yep, similar to the front loaders. So let's go ahead and get it turned on. And did that already take it? It did, but what am I seeing on the ground? Let's see. A little bit of it left. Tough to get a good angle on that. There, got it. All right, so we're gonna cruise around here. I don't think this makes for very good content in my opinion, so I'll get this done and see you in a little bit. All right, with all of the stumps taken care of, I did decide to load up all the wood. We're gonna get it sold because I was gonna head to the store with this trailer anyways to get some lime, fertilizer, and some seed to get the field planted. Now we're gonna do oats. I think that'll be the quickest way to get some straw as we get really close to buying that cattle barn and get the water buffalo in here. So let's go ahead and unstrap now, and we'll sell at the farmer's market today. $59,000. Brings our total back up to 138. We got some money to spend, but we're getting pretty close. I think after the cut in December and we sell that in January, we'll definitely have enough money to get that barn going and finally get water buffalo. And then at that point, it is expand just to be able to feed the goats and the water buffalo long term and still make money off of silage. And then we rinse and repeat for pretty much 3 years until we hit $5 million. We'll keep expanding, we'll keep mixing it up, but we're getting close to everything I want and need to make as much money as possible. And I think we overpacked this trailer here. Get a good look at it. We spent about $15,000, maybe $16,000 on some consumables here. Need all of them eventually, but I was getting tired of running out and then almost running out, so I figured it's time to just bulk up. I figured with all our extra lime, we might as well just splash this area here. Just cruise on in at full speed. We should be all set as it comes to lime after that for a little bit. If we do expand, I am eyeing that field to our left as the best opportunity for that. Seems like that would be pretty smart. Oh, I thought we were all the way over. We were not. But hopefully 12,000 liters and a little bit that we used on the other area is enough to finish this. Not a big field at all. Let's get this lime down, and then we'll probably plant some oats because they'll grow fast enough for us to get some straw for our eventual cattle or our water buffalo. I think this is progressing pretty nice. I think we're gonna regret this hill too. We're gonna slow down big time on this, even with 300 horsepower. It's gonna be rough. We'll see how planting goes. Yeah, even with it off, climbing this, yeah, it's a struggle. Like I said, this isn't very realistic, but I wanted to use some of this land for something other than just having it. And time to get the oats in the ground. We'll see how the climb up the hill is on the planting process here. We could upgrade the seeder, but I feel like we're not planting or using it often enough for it to be justifiable financially. If we see one on the used market, at that point I might, and depending on how often we do end up replanting this. But I don't think long term this is going to generate enough straw for the amount of water buffalo I'm going to want to have in our possession. So we'll baby step it. That we only have 5 years. We can adjust pretty quickly in year 3. We start learning. Everything's adaptable. Probably have too much grass, to be honest. Well, this was somewhat of a grind. It's already 2:30 and we burnt through this day pretty quickly. Got the oats in the ground, looking good. And this field, it looks small on the map, but it doesn't feel small using this seeder. Just compared to the grass fields, it seems very tiny. Last thing to do today is get fertilizer down here. We'll get another application tomorrow if we need it. Let's get it done. It is December. We're getting ready to cut the grass, but first we needed to come get some bale wrap because we're fresh out of it, and I know we're gonna need it, especially since we're doing both of those fields that they're now combined into one. We're definitely gonna go through a lot more wrap per cutting session than we've been going through. And then later today, we're gonna have to buy some type of cart, some type of grain cart that can hold wood chips so that we can get those wood chips sold. Finishing up the fertilizer here, I think the next thing we need to do while we're cutting the grass is decide if we're gonna get some type of hoe or weeder to treat these weeds, or if financially it makes more sense to just get a sprayer. We'll have to look at the market, see if there's anything used that we can grab, but we definitely have some medium weeds growing in here, so a weeder won't be enough. We'll need a hoe at least, or herbicide. So I'm heading back to the farm now with our new hoe. It cost us $36,000. Looking at the sprayers, they were about 30 grand as well for the cheapest one. And we're gonna need to buy herbicide often, so I figured this thing would end up being cheaper long term. And the width on this thing is insane, so this field should take no time at all. And it's pulling them. It's pulling them. It looks like it's getting them all. Let's go ahead and stop and double check. See, weeds are completely going away. This process should work great. Another job well done. Should be a pretty good yield on our oats, and another piece of equipment to store in our little farmyard. To finish up the field work for the second year of this challenge, we just got to get some fertilizer put down on the grass field. I think we have plenty in capacity to pull this off, and then we're going to make a little bit of cash to end the episode. And we're heading to sell a bunch of goods. The goat milk bottled and the goat cheese are at a pretty good price right now, so we're going to head over to the farmer's market. We have 4,000 planks long, 2,000 goat milk bottled, 5,000 goat cheese, 4,000 wood beams, and 6,000 planks. If I'm a betting man, I would say this is going to be more than $100,000, and I'm not a betting man. And here we are, magic number 121. We're at $200,000. We do need to buy something. We're going to go to the store, leave this there, but we're going to go get a cart that we can bring some wood chips and get them sold. So I do want to end this year seeing how much money we have. As of right now, we are $4,800,000 short of our goal, but we still have 3 more years. And looking at trailers here, I'm just kind of looking at options size-wise and capacity and making sure wood chips do work on them. I don't want to spend too much money, but I think this might be worth it. Yeah, let's do that. $50,000. I don't think it's even going to pay for itself today, but it will over time, and we will need it. We'll probably have to take the extension off, depending on what harvester we get, because that is a tall boy. So let's head back over to the sawmill, and we'll see if we can fill this up. I think there's less than this holds in there, so it'll only be 1 trip, but next year it'll be a full year of the sawmill, and I have a feeling we'll have to do more than one. And here we are. We'll have to think things through, because I don't know how long it's going to take to sell all the goat's milk and goat's cheese next year when we wait, you know, January through December with it all just collecting over that time. And there'll probably be some mozzarella cheese by then as well. But yeah, 95% capacity here. Let's go see what 35,000, almost 36,000 liters of wood chips is going to bring us. Here we are. Press I, unload the wood chips, and watch the money climb. I'm happily pleased it did pay for itself. And about 7,000 extra. So we're at $207,000 to end year 3. Sorry, year 2. Heading into year 3, we'll have $207,000. The main thing we're going to want to buy to start year 3 is going to be a harvester and the cow barn, the cow pens. And at that point, it's kind of just maybe some equipment here or there to help us with our jobs, but we're getting super close. We're super close to just cashing in and keeping the money and letting the bank account start climbing. We do have probably, what, $170,000 worth of silage being made right now that we'll be able to sell late in January. So it'll be a quick start there. And we'll be close to $300,000, almost $400,000. So that should be plenty to get the water buffalo going. I'm Soxway Up. Thanks for hanging out on year 2 of the 5 and 5 challenge. I'll catch you on the next one.